Hello, this is a two handicap game played with reverse komi where black won by 2.5 points, and it seems that white kept missing in local fights in the early and middle game stages of the game, like losing a few stones here and there, and in the end this cost white the game. So let's check it out. Sun opening in a two handicap game, very territorial, then a high approach. So far so good, attach in the corner, that's normal. Well, here black should just play the hanging connection. That descended b18 is played when black has a stone around j17 in place to put a lot of pressure on white, but in this case it's just safe to make the I shape, then white extends for a base, and now black being center, he can approach the low right corner somehow, or simply protect the top, either o17 or r14. So when black goes down, this leaves some margin on the left side, and white doesn't have to overplay. It's only a two handicap game, so close to even game. In this case, simply make a base. Usually white would like to extend j17, but black has a stone in the top right corner, so black will approach l17. And in this case white needs another move, otherwise black will invade. So it's safer to play just an ogama extension, make a base, and most of the times black will add another move on the left side. Because otherwise, let's say black approaches the corner, then extends towards the side like this, or a large extension, then white is happy to approach on the left side. And this is a way to punish black for his b18 aggressive move. Because now white has the edge at c15, so black will probably double up to defend against the edge. Then white just extends for a base on the left side, or leaves the exchange like this and goes all the way to the corner. So in the end, black ends up a little over concentrated in the top left. But white doesn't have to go all the way to the top. I know the thinking is black will probably defend because he's scared in a two handicap game. Then white extends back somewhere like j17 or k17, k16. But it's still a little bit too loose and black will jump inside. So simply play proper and take the base. Now black goes all the way to g17. That's also a pretty good move to punish white for not taking the base. So white goes out, pane, nobi, extend. That's so far so good. Yeah, white has to play here, otherwise black will cut. But this cut doesn't work. So the normal follow-up for white would be to hane. But even if this happens, black can go atari and catch the two stones in the top. So it's difficult to fix the shape here. Therefore, white should consider k16. And then if black plays an atari here, connect. If atari downstairs, just connect and keep fighting. And with this move, k16, black is going to get into a pretty heavy shape. And now protecting the center. So the cut is not working in this case because black can just capture. Atari, go down. Oops. And even if white gets all these forcey moves, black is happy with the territory in the top, and also white is still on the run. So now white needs a double approach, or extend for a base, or jump in the middle. So black simply punish white with that move at f17. But strangely enough, black wants to connect under. This is weird. Black should just take the stone and be happy about that. So white sets up the ladder, that's good. Also here, it's good enough to extend, because black will play another move to connect under, and then white makes a clean capture in a net. And now it doesn't matter if black goes here and captures two more stones, because black played lots of moves in that corner, so taking the two stones, it's really small. Those two stones became unimportant. Ladder works too, but then black can play Atari under, and white connects. There's still some agi because the ladder can go out if black gets some move on the side as a ladder breaker. So white can consider the capture right away. And then when black extends, just leave it and play a double approach. But in fact, it's okay to connect solid, because now black still needs to link under, which he did. And then white can play the double approach. So from a position where black could profit locally, white still got the better result. Jump in the corner, very good. This block is wrong. Either block is wrong for black here, because black doesn't have a middle side extension. So black should block only when he has something like, let's say Q11 or Q10, and then now it's his turn, he can block the right side and jump out. But if he doesn't have a middle side extension, he should consider Keima and then block and make some shape sabaki on the outside, because there are no points for black to grab in the corners. So once he blocks and white connects, this shape is really heavy and running. So normally black is supposed to jump out, but his wall is facing the top stone, so it doesn't help. For Sumitsuki, he's trying to make some eye shape. Here white should simply pull back, because the hane allows a cut. So when black cuts, even if white will play Atari again, this is an easy way for black to make some eye shape. And that block is good too. But this one, it's a bit strange. It's slightly better to play the clamp, and then if white blocks, black will Atari. And if white simply connects solid, this is an empty triangle, and black can leave the position like this and still put pressure on the right side. So block, white goes down, and black is still not completely alive. This wedge creates some eye shape and cutting points, but it's a bit painful still, because the shape is kinda ruined for black. So black should go out, came out to put pressure. So Atari, then double up, very good. And later on, white can still attack very severe by playing a peep. So locally, black has only one eye. After all those moves, the group can still be in danger. This is a very good defense. And when black extends right away, white should cover. Puts a lot of pressure on the group. Black needs to play something like this to keep the base safe and then attack from the other side. Now black will go out, push again, threatening to peep and go down and extend from the wall. So black ends up over concentrated here. Normally black should push one time at least, then Kosumitsuke, then extend even further. So like that, black can end up in a cramp formation. And here it's still good to cover. So in fact, black can push again, play the Kosumitsuke, and leave the position like this, and now go for a big point. Yeah, this slide is actually good, takes away the base. And now black still ended up over concentrated. Good decision to play away. So far, white is looking okay. Before going Sansan, white should play the cap exchange first. So this 1-2, and then go in the corner. Because now white just forces black into an over-concentrated formation. If white simply Sansan, later white doesn't get to play the cap. And here actually black can jump out or just block the left side. It's very big to take the potential on the left side. Another way for white, and the most common way, is to play the attach on top. Now black will probably consider the wedge, because the ladders are good in both directions, and just leave under, but white gets a very nice thickness towards the center. Then black should protect the left side, otherwise white will come in at c8. The Sansan is still available, also some invasions on the left side are still possible, and there is this group on the right which is weak. So peep one time, then connect. The group in the top is also on the run. White can profit a lot by attacking this group first. It's even difficult to escape. Maybe the group will die now. And then also start an attack on the P8 group. So it's nice to have this kind of thickness towards the center. Easier to manage the fights later on. Anyway, Sansan it's also an option. Hane D2, very good. I'm happy not to see the C4 move and then the Hane. So Hane, because black had a stone at D6. Okay, then Keima. Also here, white can consider b2, connect, and then extend further. And when black bumps, just pull back. If black plays a sacrifice, white makes eyes in the corner, and there are cutting points on the outside. Black needs to fix here, and then play an attach just to over concentrate black on the lower side. Now against this move, white doesn't have to play f2 to see how the RG works. First of all, the shape point is to go down k3, and then think about f2 and connect under. So when black comes up with a one space jump, for example, and then some connection in the center, white can use f2 and then h2. But it's very important to play k3, because if white plays any other move, for example c7, black is very happy to play k3, tiger mount that ruins the k4 move and also scoops out the territory on the bottom. So this is clearly the key point both for white and black. And now when white plays here, black can ignore this completely and immediately go k3. And even if white connects under, black will just leave it and play again on the bottom side. This move is threatening a push and cut, so white needs to protect somehow. And then black can cover. It's not such a big deal if white saves the two stones and connects under. There is no territory there. But okay, it's fighting spirit to separate. And for black, it's also an interesting move to play f1. Takes away liberty. But then white has time to come back and fix. So Hane. On this Hane, black should just play on the third line. So white should still go down, because this is threatening to connect at h2, in which case black might double up. And then the two stones, they can stay there, no problem if they die. Kosumitsuki on the left side is good. When black doesn't enclose at b6, white should play this move. It's usually sente and then jump in the middle. So this way it's going to limit black's expansion on the bottom side. If black plays here, white can play a nice elegant jump or just connect, because there's a lot of territory and the group on the right is still in trouble. So for black it's more interesting to play k3, because even if white goes Atari and pulls back, then black damages the bottom side. And this group d6 is still out, so nothing to worry about. Well, this way it starts to look good for white again, but white should just connect solid. This threatens the connection underneath anyway, so black goes down and then protect against the cutting points in the middle. Or go out first and then. Going down like this still leaves some cutting points at k3 and k5. So black can play k5 right away, white needs to extend and capture this stone. And if the connection under is played like this, black has the wedge and then descend. So there is no way to play Atari. And if white tries to connect like this, let's see, zack, 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 Atari this, Atari connect, then the cut is a problem. So white is losing the liberties rapidly, and then there is this kind of situation where crawling, it's as good as resigning. So the block now, the proper way it's L3. This is too much. Again, black can cut on top. Simply connect L3, and if black cuts, you can give one stone, then go for the right, with a peep after attacking the right side. So descend, cut above, extend, that's good, push again, and now trying to connect under, it's really not necessary, and it doesn't even work. Black would just play. So this exchange h1 just takes away liberty. Now white has to nobi. So when black cuts, Atari, Atari, and turn. Now here it's a bit more dangerous. Black can cut directly. Then when Atari here, you go out. When Atari here, go out. When connect, turn, and the stones die. And that's all because white pushed h1 and removed his own liberties. So that's not great. Well, the cut is still there. And in order to fix it, white should just connect solid. Even if white goes nobi, the cut still works. So when Atari, go out, connect, turn. It doesn't help. So in this case, white needs to sacrifice 4 more stones, and that's a pity. I mean, that lost too many points in this area. The jump is looking for some AG on the right. Good to take that stone. And now squeeze. White should squeeze right away. This is center, then capture. Now black of course will take these guys, but white got strong in the center, so it's much easier to attack the group on the right. Now after taking the stone, when black cuts, the squeeze is no longer so threatening. I mean, white can play Atari, Atari again, but black can leave it. Black will just go out and save his stones on the right. And when white captures 3 stones, black takes 1 back. Now this move is not necessary at m3, because anyway black will not go out. And if black plays the squeeze, so let's say we have Atari, Atari, black connects because he still wants to do something on the bottom. Now white attacks on the right. If black plays Atari here, white just captures. If black Atari again, this you can ignore. Also, if black comes out, white will capture faster. And Atari on 3 stones is not so important right now, because when black takes 3 stones, white can take 1 back, so in the end it's just a 5 points capture. And it's also a matter of center and gote. And playing m3 doesn't threaten black in any way. It's not like white can go out with the 4 stones, they are still dead. So this lost an important tempo. Now black defends. White got a big point, but actually it's better to play either Kosumitsuke or Keima. Simply go out but stay connected, because for black it's center to block at b6. So like this, white goes into the side and builds. And if black plays some kind of move here, white turns and comes into the center but keeps all the stones connected. So here black can block. And now it's a bit dangerous because black has a stone at e1. So white needs to protect again, then attack severe the stone on the left side. Yeah, this Kosumi is good too, but it doesn't impact the corner so much. Yeah, go out doesn't work because the ladder is still good. So the only option for white here is Atari, Atari from behind. Or okay, to make it ugly, Atari inside and Atari again. And then black shape, it's really over concentrate. But this is a ladder, so it won't work. Okay, now the squeeze. Black didn't have to answer. It's too small. I mean, if black plays this move, white has to leave. Then black can play an attacking move from here or a cap move. And let's suppose white captures 3 stones. Then black plays another move and another move. And black builds all this left side, huge box for 5 points in the middle, which is a gote capture after white played 2 times in gote. Once the Atari, then the capture. So the value of that kind of combination is like 2 points for each move. Here black would play with fighting spirit and cover. The white lives inside, very comfortable, that's good. This was a little bit risky. Normally the shape point is 1 space jump. So when black pushes and plays here, the group is alive. Because now black can play this move, then the vital point, then threaten a snapback and take away the eye. But still, white can live with Atari. So it was a little bit dangerous, but in the end it's fine. That's the eye shape. Black is wasting quadrants. And it's better for black to play this move and then go down, then throw in. More profitable, but it's better to keep those moves as quadrants for later on. So right now, black shouldn't bother and just play the clamp in order to take away the eye, so white is on the run. Anyway, black misread. And this turn it's wrong. Tesuji is to play the clamp. If white comes out, black keeps pushing and then something will die. So usually white has to give up the stone and then try to leave or run out. Like that, white will pull back and that's it. So the group is alive. Another failed Tsumego by black. And here, white should just connect. Capture that stone, it's important. Keep the base safe and move on with the game. Because now, when black captures the 2 stones, white is still on the run. Actually, it would be a good decision for black to step ahead here. Then white has to come back and protect. This one, pretty big, but the Kosumi would be better, threatening to cut. And when black defends, then also save the stone on the side to keep the pressure on the group. Now when black comes out, white can attack severe the other group, and once the top right is dead, game over. Jump. Black makes some eye shape. Very alert about his life and that situation. This block is not the biggest move on the board right now. Better peep and Keima, because the group in the top has only one eye. When Hane here, block. When black blocks like this, Atari under, on the call, take the call, and if there are no call threats, simply connect, so there is no eye. Black will push, extend, and black is still on the run. So on the way out, white can profit a lot. Even if black somehow manage to survive, white will take points in the center by attacking severe the top group. So that's a better deal than simply block. Black defends, so it was a center block. Black shouldn't defend, it's too small. More interesting for black to play this cut and then come out to stay alive with the top. The defense at g18 is just a couple of points. Okay, the peep finally came and then white plays away. And this move doesn't fix the problem on the left side. Black can still cut, so it's better to connect. This jump is a little bit shy. White having such a strong position here can jump further locally, but still it's important to stay safe on the left. Moves like k8 are not going to build too much. The turn it's not so great. Normally some kind of keima one way or the other to surround, because once you turn you push your opponent out and he's one step ahead. But with keima, when he turns, it's at the same line, so white can push again, then black will try to go out again, and there is no way to build a second eye. Once again the group dies and this is it. White has enough to win this game by a lot. So turn, then pushing from behind too much. Okay, still not alive. Now this was another chance to kill him by playing the move to false the eye. So he might Atari, then Atari here, then Atari like this, then Hane, but white is not going to cut, just go down. And on this move, white can connect under and stay safe. That's only a false eye, actually two false eyes and one valid eye. So that's where white could clearly win the game by a lot. And now we have the small end game. That's a good shape. This was so big. Especially that after black captures, white has to play more moves to stay alive, yeah. In fact, here it's better to block like this. So Hane is not a problem. Push, you just block, and it blocks also from the other side. So black can't go inside too much, but like this, black can peep and Kosumi and destroy more points. Every point matters at this stage of the game. He should peep, because he's threatening the cut and kill. Well, similar thing happened. It's actually big to play in the top. The connection and give up the two stones instantly. Yeah, it happened. Monkey jump is not so great there. Might end up gote. This is only a 1 point gote. There are clearly bigger moves at this stage. For example, descent. If black takes two stones, white takes one back, and that is worth exactly 1 point. But 0.19 it's 1, 2, about 3 points. And black can play it in center. White needs to jump. And here when Atari, and so on, white needs to protect again. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, many points in the top. So in fact, white missed the chance to kill big the top right, and also losing the bottom stones was pretty expensive. and towards the end losing the 2 stones on the left side. Gotta pay more attention in these close fights, liberties and so on. Enjoy the review and beat them next time.